All right, I was trying to find a good shed hunting partner, and Dan Hess is the best one I could scrape up. Dan got us some access on a ranch in Texas, so this is all brand new for a couple of Midwestern guys. So we're probably gonna get, what do you say, everything down here wants to what?
It wants to sting you, bite you, or poke you.
So we're probably gonna die, but we're gonna try it.
If we do, we do.
So here we go.
So this is the first shed of our Texas trip. It's a monster. Joe and I were just at the watering tank kind of filming an intro, and I walked about 15 yards and found this antler. But that's not the best part, even though I'd been walking less than a minute. The best part was Joe had been standing within probably 10 feet of it just before we filmed the intro.
Dan found a shed, tiny shed right away in the first stock tank. There's our lovely rental vehicle. Just left the car, second stock tank. Coming along, and I see this sticking up from a mile away. It's an axis deer, so dead deer, and then dead and shed, I guess we'd call that. So that's kind of a cool find. Obviously a first for me. It's early on, first day in Texas. What we've quickly learned is, there's a cattle ranch here, obviously, so there's some open areas like this. We got a big cattle trail running through here, where it's actually pretty decent walking, and you could really, if a shed is there, you'd really actually be able to see it. But then you start going down a trail like this, and next thing you know, you just kind of get in the brush, and everything here has thorns. Even if you don't see them right away, if you look closer, everything's got thorns, and I just don't want to walk through it that badly. So it's a new experience. We're gonna figure this out. But yeah, it's thick and thorny. Yeah. Basically all I'm doing is walking trails. There's a lot of deer droppings along this. Kind of little grass in here. Cacti. Just, I think, don't overcomplicate it. Just walk the trails, stay close to the stock tanks and the feeders, and don't overcomplicate it. That's what I'm thinking. Just found this pile of deer here, and I looked to the right, and I think I got something over here. Let's see what we got. Looks like a match set. Side by twixt, as my dad would say. Okay, my first Texas sheds. Just got my first Texas sheds. It's a match set laying side by side. I haven't touched them yet. That's how they're laying. So basically just walking trails and looking around in the brush. Jumped a couple of deer back their way, so I know they've been in this spot. So found a couple sheds now. Texas buck rub down in the brush here. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but there's a lot of them and they're awful thorny. And we're down here in a drought in Texas, and it just started to sprinkle. Something's definitely been eating this cactus. And it may not be deer. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe it's javelinas or who knows what. I'm in South Texas during a drought, and I'm sitting in a car waiting out the rain, because that's kind of how my luck goes. Two of my favorite words, roadside. There you go.
I didn't have to make it so steep.
Literally driving between the gate, up the driveway to the lodge, found this thing laying at the edge of the road. 3 browse on it, on this little guy. Cool shed. Well, here are my finds for day 1. I got a match set down at the bottom, side by side. This axis deer's skull, dead and shed, and then 2 road sheds. That one's really cool. Sun setting on first day of the trip. Got this awesome view.
His love of streaming horror movies has him constantly on the edge of his seat. His internet bill won't give
hard to see.
It's been there for a while.
This one was really hard to see, but being an incredible shed hunter that I am, I was able to actually spot this. Kind of buried in the grass like that. Looks like the African Serengeti out here. I'm told that axis deer like more open areas. Obviously, it'd be really easy to see a shed in here. It's super open. We've got some really nice big shade trees. But yeah, we actually saw a few axis deer a while back, and we got some really open ground. If the sheds are there, we should be able to see them, I hope. Oh, Dan is gonna be really upset. He wants to find an axis shed so bad, and I really couldn't care less. And I guess I just got one. Oh, he's gonna be sad. Pretty cool. Looks a lot like an elk. And a really awesome tree right here too. That's kind of what led me over here. I thought maybe they'd get some shade out of underneath this tree. But cool looking shed. Nice brown color. So my job is to get out and get the gate every time we got to get out. It's a thankless job, but I just got out, and as we were crossing through the gate, I spotted this thing quite a ways away. So I guess I got thanked once in a while. It's a nice shed.
That's a good one.
All right. Right by the windmill. Ooh. Hey, I just really got a nice one here. Look at this thing. This is a beast. That's a dandy. Good looking shed. Just not too far from a feeder. Okay, I just walked to like 50 yards and just found this one. I don't think it's a match. Pretty sure it's not a match actually, but a couple decent sheds right in a small area. Okay. Earlier I said I didn't think this was a set. They were 50 yards apart, but now I definitely do. Same configuration. Plus you got these squiggly vein markings in here too. We're kind of in some grassier areas, and that's what we're kind of thinking is maybe the most attractive to deer out here. Found a few sheds and this kind of stuff. This has been more open, easier to walk through, easier to see sheds too, which is a nice bonus. There's been so much deer sign. The green in the background is a pond they're maintaining. So much deer sign, I kind of expect to find sheds a lot more frequently. Got another one here. Okay. There's some big ones out here somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Water's key down here. Look at how dry this pond is. You can see there's a pipe down there. There is a little bit of water, but I'm going to the water. So was this guy. It's 2 sheds now in the last 2 minutes, so I'm going to stick around this area. Another 50 yards down the road, following this pond. This looks like this could be a match, perhaps the one I just got. Okay, we're on them now. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that's probably a set. Well, now I'm just feeling guilty. Here's this pond. Apparently I got here first. Another set. It's 5 now, like in the last 5 minutes or so. Now I gotta go find Dan. Well, it was, I hate to say it, but it was 10-0 in favor of me. And then Dan got one. But now I got one back. Wide open sun. Guess I'm really in Texas now. Looks like the outside of an armadillo. Well, day number 2 is in the books. Did pretty well. Ended up with a dozen, 3 sets, axis deer shed. So pretty happy with that. I got off to a hot start. I was up 10-0 on Dan, but he caught up. He ended up with 7. So good day for us.
That ground shrinkage too, but rather find that as a shed, huh?
Yeah.
Good buck. Nice, huh? That's pretty. I like it.
So we pulled up to this feeding station, and that's how it's done. That's how it should always be done. Kind of show you what we're doing here. You know, we got a lot of brush, but some areas you got a nice path through it, and some areas are just kind of dead end. There's been a ton of droppings on the trails, just close to the food water sources. So I got to shed up here. I'm just gonna show you, but just kind of walking along and just navigating through the brush as best you can. And every once in a while you find one. Mostly really close to the, within 100 yards of the feeders. We have been finding a few old ones, not a ton of them. We hear that everything chews on them, especially pigs, so they don't really last a long time. Well, March Madness just ended, and the thing about basketball that blows me away is I always think you get 2 points, they get 2 points. You get 2 points, they get 2 points. But all of a sudden, somebody goes on a 10-0 run, and that's really how it's gotten to be with shed hunting. I was hot yesterday. Dan had a big rally. He's been hot today. I was kind of getting down in the dumps a little bit. I mean, obviously happy for the guy, but you just kind of want to get some sheds too. And now this spot I found 5. So that's just kind of how it goes. So keep your chin up, be happy for your friends, and keep at it. So it's not rocket science. Here's the water tank. Looks like a new water tank. Lots of deer droppings. Pretty decent shed. Pretty good one up here. Right in the open. Nice 4 points. You definitely want to make sure you find a shed so that you can do this. Everything is thorny. Otherwise you got to use your hands. Well, day 3 is in the books. This was my finds for the day. Quite a few, couple break-offs in there. Quite a few sheds. Dan did even better. He had just as many sheds. He got a couple of really nice big deadheads. His sheds are still in the car, but got a couple nice big deadheads. Right in the open, just like I like them. It's our last day to shed hunt. We got a part of a day. Just found one. Dan's back there. I said I had one. He's called me a liar. But here it is.
Josephina the ballerina.
On my way over to check the shade tree here. Got another one. I literally just found that one over there when I was coming to check the shade tree, 10 yards away. Here we go. That's 4 antlers in about 3 minutes. Well, it's the end of the Texas trip. I didn't get Dan's in here as well. These are just the ones I found. And obviously I'm back home because we still got snow. But great trip. I think between the two of us, we found about 85. So memorable trip to Texas.